You ready?
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording. You ready?
Yeah.
Hey, back by popular demand, man. Had a few requests. I really had requests. Shayla and a few other people said, I want Gangsta Mom. Like, I want what I want.
She retired. You didn't tell them?
No,
Changed my name and everything.
no, gangsters don't retire. They go to Miami and get chubby. But no feelings
Get
Friday.
my ticket. Get my ticket.
You gonna take All right, Mark. We take it. We take it. We'll talk about that after off camera. All right. No for the Friday, man. The one and only. Come here. Come here. Get to him. My baby, gangster mom. Why you take stop, man? We on camera. Stop. That's not right. No filler Friday. Even though we laughing and joking, this is gonna be a serious topic. You can get in the camera. I need you in here. They need to see your purty little face. There you go. I got you. You ain't got to move. No feeling Friday. Yes. I don't even know what title to give this one because it's a little personal and it's a little heartfelt a little bit because excuse me. I ain't tell her the title. Like I never tell people the title. I just get them up here and just throw them under the bus. But honestly, what it is, I had 2 phone calls last week, a few days apart. No, like a day apart. One phone call was from a guy. I didn't tell her, and I'm not gonna say his name up here. I'll tell her off camera. And the guy was just like, yo, he was like, bro, he was like, I see you. I see what you're dealing with. He was like dealing with mom, dealing with this, dealing with whatever. He was like, I know you. I known you for many years. He said, a lot of people can't tell. He said, but I can read your energy. I can tell by what you post. He was like, I know something's really wrong. And because a lot of y'all not, if he see this and he choose to say his name, then that's on him. He can do it, but I'm not gonna put him out there. But he was so passionate about what he was saying. A grown man, big grown man, not sensitive, stand up dude, A1, train to go. Actually broke down in real tears when we was on the phone because he said he can look at me and see my pain and feel my pain. And then another phone call was from somebody else, and they was just like, yo, I know you've been through it. I know you've been through hell and back, but you kept going, and I see so much stuff that you're doing, and I'm proud of you. Keep going. And he was like, he was like, I know. He said, I know what it was like. He said, matter of fact, I can imagine what it was like. And then he said, matter of fact, now I think about it, I can't even do that. He was like, what you did has not really been done. He was like, and people did it differently, and some people did it good, some people ain't do it right. It was more not doing it right than anything. So those 2 conversations made me realize about another friend that I got because in our conversation we had, we was talking about like mental illness, and people suffer from. We have a lot of friends that need help, and you see them often, interact with them, but you do not know like what they're going through, or you do not take the time to see what they was going through, how they really feel, if they need help. Because people commit suicide. People hurt other people. When they hurt other people. Like that's why they say like avoid a miserable person, because they just gonna make the next person miserable as them. So it's a lot of stuff that ties into that. So one of the things, I'm gonna give you a perfect example of why us people as a community, we got to do better at checking in on our friends and people that we say we love. I said it before. Give them their flowers while they're alive and they can smell them. Don't give it to them when they're on their grave. Don't do that. So one thing I'm gonna give y'all that y'all did not know is I don't think it was. I don't think it was kind. I think it was when I sat back and think about it. Because one of the phone conversations, it made me think about it, and I was like, "Yo, I was dealing with some stuff." One of the things that I was dealing with when I first came home after doing 17 years in prison, when I left, and went to prison, my sister was still alive, but soon after I got locked up, she passed diabetes, and it wasn't good. So when I come home from prison, I remember her as her. I remember the house as the house was. So when I first come home, I walk in this same little area right here, and I walked by the room, and my mother had the door open, and I almost lost I can't say the word because she right here, but I almost lost my mess because I couldn't even take looking in the room and looking in the door because my last memories of when my sister was here. And it was just like, if I walk in and I see that door open, I turn around and go out the room. Or I have to walk up real quick and I couldn't even look at it too long. I had to close the door and pull it closed and get away because it was too much pain for me to deal with. I dealt with a lot of pain and I had to suppress a lot because if I didn't suppress a lot, then I would have never made it out because I already was venting and I was lashing out. I was fighting, whatever else, and that wasn't right. That wasn't it. And so it was just like, and I didn't even really notice that until somebody brought it to my attention. I'm like, yo, it took me over 2 years to finally go downstairs into my sister's room after I've been home. I couldn't do it before 2 years, but you see me on social media, you see me on Instagram, you see me on Facebook, you see me in person, and you think that everything is okay, but I was dealing with some real stuff, but I just didn't voice that and tell nobody that. I just, like always, I take whatever come my way and I keep it moving. I just deal with it the best way I can. And a lot of times I dealt with it, I vented out, and I did violent stuff or whatever, but, and like, it's still, right now, I can't even say like everything cool and everything good. She know for a fact that, like even now, I've been home over a little over 3 years and some months. And to this day, I still haven't even been to her gravesite. Since she died, she's been dead since 2002. Still ain't been able to go to the grave. I've been home free for 3 years some change. I haven't found the strength. Like, I will fight 10 dudes, same size as Shaq, every day of the week with a smile on my face before I can get the courage and get the balls to go to her gravesite and have to deal with them kind of emotions. And it's more or less like when I'm focused and I got goals and I'm trying to reach certain things, I try to stay on that course because I can easily get mad. That's a normal emotion for me. I'm familiar with that. But pain, hurt, sadness, and stuff like that, I don't feel that too much, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's for other people. But dealing with myself, I don't feel that too much. So I still getting up the strength and do all that. And, I surprised you. You know I was going to talk about this. And I ain't even get you for real, honestly. I just got you up here mainly. You say whatever you want, whatever your heart desire. I would never tell you no and nothing in life, I promise. I said, but I had you up here more or less for just support, man, because I didn't know how this was going to go. So I had to surprise you.
Are you okay?
Why I feel like you're being sarcastic right now? Like,
No, why would I be sarcastic? Are you okay? Because some people can, perpetrate and fake it.
No, I'm not perpetrating a fake. I'm good, sweetie.
Well, I mean, you could fake that you all right. You're doing okay. So.
No, I mean, you know how we do. Even if we're not all right, we gonna take care of what we need to take care of and get it done and keep it moving. They don't even know your story. I'm not gonna talk about this, but everything you've been through, half the people would have folded. Half the people would have folded, half the people would have tapped out, half the people would have been ran the other way. But I got your blood in me. We warriors. You got anything you want to say to the people? This was a different No Feeling Friday. I had you got to keep it different. You got to mix it up a little. Yeah, you got to mix it up a little bit.
I understand.
You understand?
I understand. I'm okay with that.
You okay with that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You glad you ain't had to have food and talk crazy and all that?
When have I acted the food? Now, let's be clear on this.
Never, ever, mother. In life, ever. Ever. No, let me back that up. Oh.
Say, put the brakes on.
Oh, yeah, I know. I ain't put no. I seen the hands start twitching down there. They couldn't see it on camera. I saw it. Oh, no smoke. You got it. Yeah. Any words you want to say to the people? Any words with people ask for you? You got to give them some kind of advice.
Since you requested that I partake in this today, and you're talking about your loss, how you making it through, because you've not arrived just yet. You still have some issues about being in your sister's room. So all I can say is the way that I've been equipping myself to deal with loss, because it's been several family members that I, had to say goodbye to.
Yeah. Oh, I
And
know.
instead of always looking at the glass half empty, I chose to look at it half full, because then I could be in a better mind space. And I think by looking at it as to what God allowed me to have instead of what I've lost has kept me to be able to encourage you, support other folks that have lost loved ones. And whenever you get in that headspace, and we all do, is human nature to think about the loss, what you no longer have in that person's presence. And I choose to, appreciate and also thank God that He allowed me that time and that opportunity to know that person, to love on that person, and to have them in my life. And therefore, I can flip the switch instead of, there's nothing wrong with crying, but who wants to walk around feeling defeated or depressed? I think everyone goes through it, but it's a way to come through it. So therefore, I hope one day that you'll be able to visit her grave site. I don't know if you even ever visited your dad's grave site.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Not many times, but I went there a few times.
have you been there since you've been home? Okay. And if you choose to have some company, I'm willing to go with you.
Mm-mm.
So, okay.
I'd be too emotional.
Okay. Well, no problem. Some things you have to do on your own and or by yourself, because you need that private time. But I learned a long time ago, don't talk to the dead. So that's a waste of time. Okay. You shouldn't even talk to the dead.
So
First
I
of
hold my
all.
head up to the sky and
Yeah,
talk
you
to.
just talk to Jesus and say, when you see him, let him know I said such and such and such. You know, stand out there, because you're going to walk away feeling empty or lost. That's what I experienced before I decided to.
Feel like you talking to them and they're just not talking
Yeah,
back.
what are you going to get back on the headstone? You better hope they don't speak back. You might tell the old cemetery. So, God put certain things, in your life and in your path for you to learn from it, to grow from it, and also maybe just to be exposed to it, because He gonna give you a divine encounter that you will be able to use that information to bless someone else. So, your walk is not necessarily always for you, it's for the person that you will encounter. So, anyway, I'm looking forward to the day that you don't, stress out about being in your sister's room, and can go in there and come out feeling uplifted, because y'all showed lots of love toward each other. So you have no room for guilt, no reason for it. It's just a matter of, I think part of your problem is that she died on your watch, but while you weren't watching, So you'll grow through it. You'll go through it. And for those of you who have lost loved ones, just appreciate the fact that you got to love on them, got to know them, and God allowed them in your life.
See,
That's all I have to say.
you can't get that in no book.
No, you gotta live it.
You gotta live it.
You gotta live it.
You gotta live it. I mean, it's just like everybody said on social media, it just hit different. It just hit different when you got people, a person, group of people who actually live what they speaking on, what they talking about. It just hit different. No Feeling Friday. Had to change the tone up a little bit. Thank you to my lovely guest. Y'all know her as Gangsta Mom. I know her as the same thing. So I appreciate y'all for listening, man. Any topics, any comments, any feedback, anything y'all want to see, any people you want to talk about, any people you want me to talk to, let me know. I got another dope episode coming up next week too. Because some big things, greatest shaking our city. When I say some big things, It's some big things that's great to shake. I promise you. Blessings to one of my brothers is about to go down. I promise. But yeah, no feeling Friday. So on 3, we gotta say get out your feelings. All right.
Okay.
So when I say 1, 2, 3, you can put a fist up and do whatever you want. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Peace out.
I knew you gonna. That's why I ain't even say nothing. I knew you gonna do something. Get out your feelings, man.